everybody, and welcome back to the Girly Girl Bookworm. So, as the title says, I have just a little book haul for you. This is probably going to be my last book haul for the summer because I've been noticing that I've just been buying so many books, and I know I have so many to read. So, yeah, unfortunately, this will probably be my last haul for the summer. There's just so much going on. We're going to the Cape in a week, and we have Ireland, so there's just not enough time to read all the books that I've been buying. So I need to just put the brakes on and just stop. With that being said, I was also doing a lot of thinking about my potentially doing a Diane Chamberlain readathon, and I just don't see that working out this summer. Like I said, we go to the Cape next week, and then the booktubeathon I saw is actually in July, and we have two weddings that we're attending in July, and then we leave for Ireland the 1st of August, and then school starts again, and I just unfortunately don't foresee that happening this summer. And I know I want to read Diane Chamberlain at least a little bit this summer, so I can't see myself dedicating a long readathon for it. So if you would like to read Diane Chamberlain this summer, let me know which one you're reading. Maybe I'll be reading it at the same time. We'll try to figure something out, but I just don't think an official readathon is going to work out this summer, which is a bummer, but it's just got to happen. The first two books I'm going to show you are review books that I got in the mail. The first book is Sister Eve and the Blue Nun, a Divine Private Detective Agency mystery by Lynn Hinton. This is the second book in this series. Or the third book. Actually, it's the third book. Because there's Sister Eve Private Eye in the Case of the Sin City Sister. I got this book from the Fiction Guild, but I'm very unsure if I want to even read it because it sounds really weird. The very first sentence is, Sister Eve, a motorcycle riding nun with a natural, or is it supernatural, gift for solving murders, returns to the enclave she once called home and quickly finds herself confronting yet another mysterious death. I don't know. The mystery sounds interesting. I just don't know how I feel about a motorcycle riding nun as a book. So we'll see. And then I requested a book from Blogging for Books because I finally finished The Marauders. And I got I Take You by Eliza Kennedy. And I was nervous because a lot of the books on there just aren't having the best reviews, and none of them sound like they're up my alley, and I don't know. But I figured and I haven't really liked anything that I've gotten from Blogging for Books, but I figured I'd give them one more chance. And this is about some woman who, can't stay loyal to a man, yet she has a fiance, so I'm assuming things go wrong, and I don't know. I'm interested because it's got a really pretty cover, but I don't have high hopes for it, unfortunately. Then I went to my library bookstore last week. We went home to go watch one of Patrick's brother's baseball games, which happens to be in my hometown. So obviously library bookstore, it was a weekday where they were actually open, so I was like, we need to go. And I only got one book, so I was kind of proud of myself, and that was Dear Daughter by Elizabeth Little. This book has been on my radar for a really long time, and I really wanted to read it until I saw Amanda and PA gave it a 1-star review, and I was like, maybe I don't want to read it. But for $1, I was like, I have to try it. And I did read it for the TBR takedown, so I will be reviewing this during my weekly wrap-up, so look for that. And then the other day I was in Target, and I picked up The Girls of Mischief Bay by Susan Mallory. This is actually the first book I don't remember what the series is called, but I bought this book, The Friends We Keep, by Susan Mallory at Target a couple weeks ago, or a month ago, and I found out that this was actually the sequel, so I knew I had to pick up the first book. I don't think that they fully, I don't think you have to read one really before the other, but I feel like I'm going to like this one, and I didn't want to like this one and regret that I hadn't read the first one, so I figured I would just pick up the first one so that way I could then read the sequel. And so the other day, actually it's more like a week ago almost now, we went down to Mystic Seaport, which is a really pretty place to be in Connecticut, to go to the aquarium. And on our way down there, we went through a town called Waterford, and they have a Books-A-Million, and I was like, what? We need to go. And it's like an actual legit Books-A-Million store, which means that they have the great bargain section. And I only walked out with 2 books, which was impressive because at one point I had like 7 books in my hand because the bargain section was so amazing. But then I only got 2 books and only one was bargain. So I was really excited to be there, and it was so funny because we went to go check out, and the lady was like, do you want to be part of our Books-A-Million thing? Like, you know, when you pay like $20 and you get coupons. And I was like, no, I'm good. And she was like, well, I feel like I've definitely seen you up here a bunch of times. And I was like, I actually don't live anywhere near here, and I've never been here before, but thanks. So yeah, so I ended up getting 2 books. The first book was not on sale, but it was one of those books that I actually almost bought the day of before we drove down there because I felt like I needed to be reading it since we were going to Mystic. And that is Mystic Summer by Hannah McKinnon. This actually takes place in Mystic, Connecticut, so it felt fitting, the fact that we were going there for the day, that I needed to buy this book, even though I didn't get it on sale or anything. But it's gorgeous. I first saw this on Jen from Reading with Pugs. She hauled it, and then Alana from Alana Reads just hauled it. So I was like, I need to get my hands on this. / how fitting is it that we were going to Mystic? I had to buy it the day we went, so I did. And then the last book I got was on bargain, and I'm so super excited, and that is Santangelo by Jackie Collins. I think this kind of goes as her last book in that series that I've been like reading backwards forever, which I still only have the first book to finish, but I had to pick this up, and it's sad because there's going to be no more books after this because Jackie Collins has passed away now. But I've been looking forward to getting this ever since I heard it was coming out, but I didn't want to pay the $20 that it was when it first came out. But I got it for $6.97, so I had to get this. So I was so excited. Now that I have this in my collection, this will probably definitely get read this summer. I probably should read the other one first, but we'll see. But I'm so excited. So those are all the books that I got. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you soon for my weekly wrap-up, and probably my monthly wrap-up almost, because